thank you to this episode's sponsors, Nakata, Motonomic, Think Car and Ben. In this episode of Garage Talk Unwrapped, Ben talks to Chris Evans, the organiser of CarFest, and catches up with Rob Brydon for a chat that even touches on the famous Picasso. But does he mention a certain fishing trip along the way? We also hear a moving story about how the charity Ben has supported someone in the industry. At the British Motor Show, we spoke to our friend Tim Shaw about the future of classic cars and get some behind-the-scenes insights into CarSOS. MOT Juice explain how the new photo MOT system is working, and we head over to REPerformance in Swindon to learn about their partnership with Motul. We're also invited by LKQ Euro Car Parts to explore their Academy Open Day, catch up with Isaac from The Smallest Cog, and round things off with Castrol at Automechanika. But let's start with the man behind CarFest, Mr. Chris Evans himself.
Chris Evans, CarFest. What a fantastic show this is. You love it, don't you?
Oh, mate, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm glad to see you here. Glad the sun shines here. It's great, isn't it?
It is, but it's different. It's your vision, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it started off like that. It started off 14 years ago. We gave it, can we put together a festival? Claire Schechter and Jodie Schechter said, yeah, you can use our land. They know a bit about cars, obviously. And first year, 15,000 people and 24 festivals on. So our 24th, I think it's our 24th.
Yeah, you said that this morning on the radio.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's right. No, it's great, and thanks for coming.
No problem. And you love cars, don't you?
Yeah, I love cars. I've had not all the cars, but I've been on many car journeys. I'm currently trying to buy a Lotus Evora as we stand here.
Wow.
2009. All the 3-packs. The tech pack. I can't remember all the packs.
I was going to say, yeah.
I love a Lotus Evora. I had one from you, and I let it go. And I was thinking, I've got a car here that is for sale, and if I sell that, I get an Evora.
Oh wow! Okay.
That's my rule.
So everybody's got to go and bid on that car for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, and all profits go to all the charities.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? The show is not about you just put it on, but you do so much for other people, charities, etc. It's amazing, isn't it? What people contribute towards that.
Yeah, I mean, God, look, all I do is like say, how about this, and everybody else says okay, and it's the okay that gets the money. Yeah. So you got your Chris McCausland behind you now. You got Lee Mack here, all behind the camera, and you got Rob Brydon all about to go on stage togetar to be interviewed by Bassos. You got Bob Geldof coming later. Yeah. Can't do without those guys. Can't do without these guys buying the tickets. As I say, I know it sounds crazy, but you can put on the best festival in the world. If it rains too much, nobody cares about your festival. You can put on you can put a blanket on the ground if the sun comes out. Best day ever. So today it's one of those days. Honestly, it's like, and it's going to be like this all weekend apparently. So
next year.
Yeah, I know.
Big news. Taking over from Silverstone Festival.
Yeah, we're very excited.
Pressure?
No pressure more than... Have you tried to do this?
No, not this size. You've been through a few festivals, not this size.
It's pressure anyway, and it's about opportunity. And as I say, we've been doing this here 14 years. With Claire's blessing, we're moving it to Silverstone, and Stuart Pringle and the guys at Silverstone, they were so up for this, and we went and we eyeballed them, and they eyeballed us, and there was good vibe in the room, and so we took the conversation further, and bigger, better, stronger, higher. Let's go for it.
Where can you go with this festival? Because where it is now is amazing, and you're going further ahead.
Yeah, more cars.
It is about the cars, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about raising. The priority is about raising the money for the kids, which I know you know, but that's the reason we do it.
Yeah.
And then it's called CarFest.
Yeah.
So we've got to get the car content as good as it can be, and I know that the younger fans, I know they're into the supercars, the hypercars. We've got to get more of them on track, and we will. Because that's where they live. They live at Silverstone, so we got to go there.
Well, we speak to a lot of the aftermarket, and obviously there's a lot of sponsors and Napa. So we'll put this appeal out. And how do they contact you then, Chris, to donate the cars for next year?
Carfest.org. Come and join us.
Smashing. Thanks, Chris.
Cheers, mate.
Mr. Rob Brydon, sir, how are you?
Very well indeed.
CarFest, you love this show, don't you?
Yeah, we'd never been to a festival, and we first came here in about, when it was pre-pandemic, I think, and we loved it.
What do you love about the vehicles? What do you love about cars? We're going to come to some famous cars you've driven, but tell us about your car history. I know we've seen Top Gear and you've mentioned it on there, but tell us about your car history.
Well, I wasn't a car... My dad was a car salesman, so we would have interesting cars, at the house. I remember there's a picture of me when I was little, standing on the bonnet of a Spitfire, trying to Spitfire. I remember he had a Stag, he had TR7, different Mercedes, nice cars come back to the house, but I wasn't overly interested in them. And into my adult life, I wasn't overly interested in cars. I had basic cars. My first one was a Polo. Then Dad worked for Mitsubishi. I had a Charisma, and then what happened was I was asked to review a car for the Sunday Times.
Okay.
It was Jeremy Clarkson was away, and so they said, would I do it? And it was a big BMW.
Yeah.
And so I had that for maybe a weekend or something. And I went, oh, I see.
Okay.
I went, not all cars are the same. And I mean, sound like an idiot, but
no, you don't.
That was what. And then I also reviewed for them another time a Morgan Aero 8.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. My God. So that made me go, oh, right. So cars are, and things are going well. So I could maybe now, so I can't remember what was the first nice car I got. I think it might have been a little Audi A4 convertible.
Yes.
Maybe that was the first nice car.
That's ambitious in the UK, having a convertible with the weather.
Yeah, I know. And then now I tend to have. I've got a Range Rover hybrid, and I've got an I-Pace Jag that I really like.
So you're a Jag. So as Clark will say, Jag.
It's not a popular. Good. It's not a popular car, is it? But I love it.
I think
it's never in the top 10s of electric cars.
And they've had to change the branding recently, which obviously made the news, because they don't feel they're attracting the wider market. But actually, to drive, they're beautiful.
It's great. I really like it. The AV could be better.
Yeah.
But that's often the case, I think, with that whole brand. They're a bit lagging behind there. But I really like it.
There's one car I want to talk to you about. A Picasso.
A Picasso. And I'll tell you for why. Well, Bryn has his Picasso.
Yes.
And we filmed quite a few scenes in that. My favourite is when he and Gwen, where had we gone? I can't remember where we'd gone, but it's when he's talking about James Blunt.
Yeah.
And he wants to listen to more James Blunt. And I think he says to her, I don't know what your problem is with it. She says, do we have to have more James Blunt? He goes, I don't know what your problem is, Gwen. He's got a cracking voice.
No, is that your favourite go-to track in the car?
James Blunt. I like James. We've seen James has played here quite a few times. In fact, one year, Bryn, I introduced him, as Bryn, and I went out and I said, now here he is, James Blunt. So he comes out on the stage, and I stayed there. And he goes up and he's going to sing, she said to me, go steady, the Wise Men.
Yeah, Three Wise Men.
So he plays the intro, and then just as he's about to sing, I step in and go, she said to me, go steady on me. And it was great fun, and he's a really good laugh.
You just love things you do, don't you? The enthusiasm from your good self. You're very lucky to be in the position you're in, what you do. But you just love what you do, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
I hear you're going on tour with Mr. Coogan again soon.
Yeah, we are very soon. That's in. We do that. We've done this is a new trip, Scandinavia. We've already done a week's filming in the UK for it.
Yeah,
that was about a couple of months ago, and now we go to do the bulk of it in 3 weeks, I think.
What's he like with his cars?
Oh, now he's a real car nut. And has owned all sorts of cars. He had a yellow Lotus Esprit, the same because he loves James Bond. The same model, I think, as in The Spy Who Loved Me.
Does he let you drive them?
He does drive them. Yeah.
Does he let you drive
me?
them?
I drove once. He's got a 3-wheeled thing that you have to wear goggles to drive. And I drove that once. I was staying at his place. He wasn't there. And he said, yes, take it out, drive it. And I was terrified to get out of the garage. I was terrified I was going to bump it.
Yeah.
I go down the street in it.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you for talking to us, Rob.
Pleasure.
Have a cracking show.
I'm John Cassidy. I'm from Nottingham, and I'm now the car showroom poet. Before I contacted Ben, last year I was working for a Midlands car dealership. I'd made the decisions that I was going to write my first book, and I was going to debut at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe in August 2025 as the car showroom poet. I had heard about Ben in the last few years, and I saw that Ben had sent out an email about providing life coaching services. I qualified as an automotive worker for their services to be able to assist me through the life changes that I went through and the next step of my journey. I'm neurodivergent, so sometimes I have a problem with procrastination, or being over-focused or getting distracted, or seeing that tasks were too unmanageable. So it broke down the tasks I had ahead in my plan into manageable chunks so that I could deal with each and every part and then move on. That took out a lot of pressure off me. It made things feel that it was possible to achieve, and by doing that, I felt I was better connected to my own innate abilities. With my book writing, this took a very natural arc of its development. I feel supported, I feel connected, I feel I belong to a much wider community. I feel that my ideas are valid, they will be accepted. I might have felt in the past, through different experiences, that I was invalidated and I didn't have a right to an opinion or a creative expression. It's given me renewed confidence to express myself. Coincidentally, in the period which I had with the Ben counselling, and the very first part of this year, it's been actually one of the biggest creative explosions I've had in the amount of poetry I've written, new prose items and plays I've written, and also the largest writing task I've undertaken and now completed is to write my own reflective memoir anthology. I would recommend Ben to anyone. Don't feel that the problem you've got is too big, too small, they wouldn't be interested, and putting it off. If you feel in the need that you need support, reach out. There's someone there that will listen. They'll provide you with the structured support with direction, and you will then feel that you've made a difference.
For tools and machinery, come to Machine Mart. Experts in our 65 superstores help you choose from the vast range, including air compressors, tool chests, stoves, welders, generators, water pumps, heaters, power tools, and much, much more. Or just order by phone or online. Look out for our money-saving special offers. Our free catalogue contains hundreds of price cuts and great new products. Or visit our website with thousands more specialist products in Machine Mart Extra. Shop in-store, online or call.
Tim, another motor show.
Garage Talk Unwrapped, mate. Good to see you back again. You all right?
Yeah, you?
You got some water. That's mine.
I've got mine. Thank you very much. Yeah, you're a star.
Yeah, here we are again. British Motor Show 2025.
You love this show, don't you?
Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, this is home for me. I only attach myself to one motor show in the UK because I'm not like Fuzz will turn up to the opening of a door. Somebody buys a hinge and he's there. It comes with every pack of hinges you buy from Screwfix.
Okay.
I don't. I kind of keep myself under the radar a little bit.
Yeah.
Focus massively on CarSOS. I'm the guy that chases all the celebrities down, gets them on the show as well. So that's kind of the reason why I but I don't find time to do many social events.
No, I know you're not a celebrity that wants to be out there.
I'm not a celebrity.
But you're not a celebrity. Yeah, you've just said that to me behind the scenes.
I don't like the world. You know what? Like, for me, celebrity is an interesting word because I'm just a chump from Sheffield who just made some choices in life that, you know, I've always only ever chased what I believe I'm good at.
Yeah.
And as a byproduct, I love making television. I love making radio.
Yeah.
But my hobby has always been, from the age of cars. It's always been an obsession. And my genuine take when I was a kid was, get into this TV and radio thing because A, I'm ugly and I'll never get a girlfriend otherwise, which is why I got into it. It's true. There's most people in TV, if they admit it and we're honest, that's why they got into it. And two, I thought, well, it can pay well, so I'll be able to get money from that to be able to do a car up. So I was always rebuilding cars behind the scenes. So like my radio producers would always go, Tim will be in the garage again fixing his Lotus or fixing whatever it was, whatever car I had, his Golf or his Jetta or whatever it was, my Karmann Ghia. So it was always something that happened in the background and I never talked about it. And I never put two and two together, which seems ridiculous now, and said, hang on a minute, I build cars 24 hours a day, 7 days a week when I'm not on the radio or doing other TV shows. Why don't I do cars on TV? So that's kind of how it happened.
But whatever you do, and I think this is probably the difference between you and many other people out there, is you just love it.
I love it, yeah.
It's not fake, is it? It's all real and stuff.
I mean, it's a problem for me. I admit it. You know, if somebody says, do you think you have any sort of mental challenges? And I would say, yeah, I know that I have obsessions and obsessional. My parents used to talk about my obsessional behaviour when I was a child, and they'd just say, oh, it's Artemis, as they used to call me. And that's what it was. It was always, you know, I'd be upstairs soldering or making printed circuit boards or fixing carburetors in the garage or destroying carburetors or doing anything wood. You know, I spend a lot of my time now building. So construction for me is a big thing at the moment. So I build houses from nothing or take on properties that nobody else will, and I move in with my tent. Like, I've just done 4 months now living in a flat that builders, when we bought the place, it was a little place, it was dilapidated. Honestly, you wouldn't dare go in there if you saw it. I moved in with a tent and a blow-up airbag and my DeWalt tools. And I did 4 months there, washing in Asda, no word of a lie, washing in Asda in the morning and in Sainsbury's at night. And that's how I did it. So no running water.
Wow.
Your camera lady here is scrunching her face up. But you know what? I couldn't care less what anyone thinks. It's what I chose to do, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I've done it with so many cars.
Yeah.
I thought I'm doing properties now. So yeah, I just moved in by myself. Nobody else came. I had a mate come into work for a few days. I did those 4 months there, and I've turned this property around from being something everybody else was going. I'm walking away from that to, mate, that's nice.
So if anybody says they're bored, you'll have their hours.
Yeah, totally, yeah. You know what? I always just see it that you only get one life. You only get one chance. And to me, sitting down is waiting. Unless I'm driving, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
And I can't help it. It's just some illness thing. It's just something I've got where when I'm sitting down and doing nothing, I have to be doing something.
But it's so
I'm sure there's somebody watching this going, this is classic ADHD. I don't call it whatever you want. I don't want a label. I don't want to go and see anyone to be labelled.
Yeah.
I don't need that. I'm fine.
You're happy?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm happy. And Christina, my wife, is very similar. So we just like, the two of us will spend a day working on a car or working on a building, or she's putting us a mix on the cement mixer or whatever. And we'll spend the entire day together building and not say a word to each other. And that's fine because we're just in the zone steaming it.
So, and obviously you work very hard at your TV career.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard work.
So how do you fit this all in? Do you just take months off, or do you have to fit it in?
No. So CarSOS is 9 months of the year, and we do 10 cars in 9 months, right?
Yeah.
And that is 0.9 of a month per car. And when people say, why do you do it in that time? It's frankly because television costs a lot of money to make.
Yeah.
And the reality is cameramen and sound men and editors and all this kind of stuff costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it's not just, they just film us doing it. They actually have to film it as it's genuinely happening. So they forced us to do it quickly. If we'd have done it at the same speed as anyone watching this. For a year, 10 cars over a couple of years, but it wasn't going to work like that. So they were like, we've got this many days you can have for filming, and we can only do it for this 9 month period. So take it or leave it. And we were like, we'll take it on and challenge it. And sometimes it is worth challenging things. Like, for example, they say in the automotive world, if you speak to somebody about the idea of powder coating components on cars, is something everybody goes, yeah, you can powder coat components on cars. What about powder coating an entire shell?
Yeah.
People go, oh, you can't do that. It's too much heat. It'll warp the shell. There are so many things in the industry that we just accept. But if I pushed you and said, why?
Yeah, why?
How do you know that? You'd go, oh, well, my mate Steve told me. And if I said to Steve, how do you know? He'd go, my mate Dan told me. And Sarah told me. And then you get down to somebody who had a bad experience once upon a time and got it wrong. Well, we've realised that it's not true. And there's so many things in a world that, unless you try them yourself, you don't know that it's wrong. So we're trying it this season by powder coating a shell of a car, the entire shell.
Of course you are.
We hope having the metalwork being done and hours in metal, it won't and twist. Because if they do, you're screwed.
But it's like anything in the world, who knows where anything started? If you look at anything, how did chairs get made first? Who came up with that idea?
Yeah.
The ideal thing, obviously, to look at in the automotive world is EVs.
Yep.
You know,
came out before internal combustion engine.
Exactly,
vehicles.
years and years ago.
Yeah.
But if you look at it now, and we said 2 or 3 years ago, range anxiety, we're looking at 50, 60 mile.
Yeah.
We're already up to 300 mile.
Yeah, I know.
So why can't it go to 600 mile?
And it will do. And I think that is part of the reason why some people are holding back on buying EVs.
Yeah.
You know, I feel sorry. Actually, I've got to be honest with you. There's a bit of me that I'm a risk taker in life, right? And the Fisker Ocean. You can pick up a Fisker Ocean. Fisker, the old mate from LA, the guy over there, Henrik Fisker or whatever his name was, set up that company. The company went bust. Have you heard about the Ocean?
Yeah.
And there's a 70 grand car that you can pick up for 14 grand now.
I know.
But it's the risk. If you get 3 years out of it, then sweet, that's 3 grand a year.
Yeah, it's cheap motoring.
And I'm like, you know, EVs to me at the moment, I would never go out and spend 100 grand on an EV.
No.
To be honest with you, I don't have that kind of money to spend on a car anyway. It would only be a classic.
But that is your market, isn't it? But again, in 50, 60 years, classics will be EVs.
No, they won't. No, they won't.
Okay, go on.
They won't.
Okay.
I can't imagine an EV being a classic. I mean,
not in the way of today's classics, because
Yeah.
obviously, you know, it's the engine.
Can you see an EV being a classic? Got random guys in the audience. Do you reckon EVs will ever be considered classic cars? Yeah. Yeah, you do.
No,
it can't be. You guys are going to fall out. You said yes, and he said no. I mean, yes, the reality is, of course they will, because we'll all be dead, and all our children's children will be going, look at that classic car, and it'll be the first Tesla. So yes, it'll be considered a classic car,
but not in the way of today.
No, I don't think so. I think the classic cars do more. I cannot underemphasize the importance of young people getting their hands mucky and getting stuck into classic cars, because those skills are massively transferable, like you would not begin to believe. And if even we're sitting on the Lego live stage here, right? So that, you know, you go home as a young lad, they're stuck down. You go home as a young lad or young girl, and you build yourself a Lego setup. Yeah. Those skills, they say that people who played with Lego from a kid do better in life. Yeah. Well, you can damn well believe it.
Yeah.
Because it connects, you know, thought processes to problem solving.
If you could put a car together from the 50s, 60s, 70s, you can work on today's cars, no problem, easily.
Yeah, and the pleasure you'll get. You know, there's nothing better than lifting the bonnet on a car and going, I can see what that, and that does. Yeah. And the only thing I can't see is internally inside the engine. Well, it's probably about 8 bolts and you'll be inside the engine. Yeah. You know, modern cars these days, you lift the bonnet and you just go, what even is that long? I don't even know what it is, and I don't necessarily care to find out. I don't want to get trained in working on EVs. You know, as a human being, I get to a level where I go, I know enough now. I'm not saying I know everything. I just go, for me, the internal combustion engine is everything for me. Yeah. And when it comes to driving an EV, I'll accept EVs and I appreciate them, but I don't have the desire to learn how they work. I don't want to know that stuff particularly.
But you don't need to, because you know so much about ICE vehicles. That's enough, isn't it?
Well, I love internal combustion engines. I know how they work. Can I fix them? Yes, relatively well, but nowhere near as the likes of Ed or Fuzz or any of these guys. Ant, any of those guys out there. They have the true ability. Me, I understand how they work, and I know people who can help me fix them. Yeah. But the EV side of thing, I've just got. I'm old enough now. I don't want to start learning again with these things. I grew up making printed circuit boards and designing electronic circuit boards. You know, all sorts of basic BC109Cs, BC108s, transistors. You know, IC555s, all timing chips and 741 op amps. All this sort of weird geeky stuff. I was always making circuit boards in my bedroom and weird stuff like that, using ultrasonic transducers and stuff like that. You know, come near my room and things would start happening and moving and grab you. And that was as complicated as I got in the electronics world. So beyond that, all the new EV stuff, I'm like, you know what?
And bringing it back to today in the show, is that's why you love the show so much, isn't it? Because there is every single vehicle you think of here.
I think the thing for me is that as you look around, we all know that we have one thing in common. Yeah. And I struggle in life to find people who have that much in common anymore. No, seriously though.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Down the street, you just can't assume anything. No. And so for me, coming to a place where you just know that everybody loves, and you know what cars deliver as well. Yeah. You know, I'm now, witness proof of how much cars have benefited my life and the knowledge of working on them. I mean, the truth be known, 80% of why of the whole project of rebuilding and driving a classic car, 80% of it is for the journey of the rebuild. Yeah. 20% is the driving.
There's a youngster we interviewed a couple of weeks ago, and he's 20. He's just gone to the trade, and he says the thing that turns me on is the fact that I can get a car in here now, and I know when it goes out it'll be better.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the fixing it. It's the starting with something that needs work doing on it, and the sense of achievement. When you see psychologists talking about how you should just make your bed in the morning for a sense of achievement, this is like making really complicated beds working on car, but you have it in you because you just need to break it down into a series of little beds.
Yes, that's it. Start somewhere. Just get started. It's like anything in this
industry.
The
other thing which has changed the world, when you're working on cars, document everything that you take. Take a photo of everything. You can't get it wrong. I'm rebuilding an old pinball machine at the moment, and I look at the back of it, it's just wires everywhere, and I'm like, oh my God. So then I'll cable time up into sets of wires, and I take a photo, and I take some bits out and go, take another photo. And the other day I looked at these bits because I thought, I'll get round to this in a week. A year later, I go, finally, I better get round to doing it. And I go, I can't remember where anything goes. Go back to your photos, and they're all there, and I fixed it up already. So it's like we live in a world where it's so conducive with teaching you to develop skills about using your hands. I think you should perhaps be accommodated by Haynes, and you should reinvent the Haynes manuals. Oh, do you know what? I'm interviewing, chatting to the CEO or the ex-CEO of Haynes Manuals the other day, and for me, the whole point of having a conversation with him is just to thank him, because Haynes Manuals changed the world. In a way that I don't think we'll ever be able to quantify it. We can never actually say, well, it changed it by this much.
No.
Because it really, really has. I remember from a very young age, 1302, whatever it was, the Beetle Haynes manual I got, I remember just reading it as a book.
Yeah.
I didn't have the car. I didn't care about the car. I was too young. I had the engine, but I had the book. So you read through it, so that when you've read the book, it's like meeting a hero. It's amazing.
Hi everyone. So today was fun. I got to play with the new system that takes photos of a car before it gets MOT'd. It's a trialled system that the DVSA have put in place to prevent fraud. Luckily, we were on the trial, so I got to see how it works, and I was really interested to see if I could get around it or if I could break it. Here's how I got on. Okay, so here I am in the garage. It's going to be my first attempt, so let's see how it goes. Just entering in my login details. And then we're going to confirm and start the test. Now it's come up with take vehicle photo, so that's pretty good. Let's just see what it says here. Take an upload photo. To take it, you just need a smartphone or a tablet. So let's try that. Press continue. Now it's showing us what it should be. So it says we can either do it from the front or we can do it from the rear, which is actually quite good because I haven't got much space at the front. So I'll have to take that from the rear. Sorry about the noise, we are in a workshop. Shows you a good example and a bad example. It's asking me if I can take it or I can't. I can, so let's press continue. Okay. So now it's giving me a QR code that I need to scan with my smartphone. Let's just do that now. Okay. Take a photo of that. It's taking me to the website. It's now asking for the code that was at the bottom, so we'll just enter that one in. Fairly straightforward so far. I am a human. Passcode accepted, so that's all good. Press OK. And now it wants access to my phone. So now it wants me to, giving it access, just go to the back, take a quick photo. The back of the car, making sure I've got everything in there where it is, and it can see that it's in my bay, and it's asking me to if I wanted to retake it or use the photo. I'm going to use that one, happy with that. It's now uploading the photo, and there it goes. Your photo has been uploaded to the MTS system. And then it says what you should do now once your photo has been scanned, blah blah blah. And it's asked me to sign out. Did it work? Don't know if it's been accepted or not. It doesn't tell you anything at the end. It doesn't tell you whether it's been accepted. It just says, brilliant, and then just locks you out. That's interesting. Right, fair enough. Okay, so that's all done, it's all passed. Just the one MOT failure on here. On here it does say image uploaded, so that is good. Now we can review the test. We can see that it's a fail, it's got all of those bits. But what is interesting now, at the top where everything was, you've now got your little photo, give you a timestamp of when you did it as well as the date, and it's got the picture in there as well. You can click on that, which is good. So there you go, all done. Everything's all in there, everything's recorded, save test. So, not too arduous at all. Print certificate, all done. And now back to the studio. Thanks, Dave. What a guy. So to be honest, I thought it was pretty good. It was fairly easy to use, really simple, and I couldn't really see how you could work around it either because it's a live photo. So unless you're really good and really quick at Photoshop, you can't sort of make that up on the spot. And if you wanted to use a substitute car, you'd need exactly the same make, model and colour and quickly make up a set of plates to do the MOT on it. It's got to be easier to fix the old car, surely. So overall, I think it's a pretty good system. The only thing I didn't like is that after you've taken your picture, the only option you've got on the MTS system is to sign out. So if you've forgotten to print off your inspection sheet, it's a bit of a pain in the arse and you have to log back in. Originally, they did say that they're just going to stick spy cameras in every single workshop, but this seems to work even better and it's going to be a lot cheaper and easier for everyone to use. But it's the DVSA, so they'll probably change their mind in 6 months' time and go for something different. Thanks for watching. If you liked our video, get involved. Let us know what you think about the new system, and we'll see you in the next video. Remember, we're testers, you're testers. Let's stick together.
Hi, my name is Ricky. I run REPerformance in Swindon and we specialise in the tuning and performance upgrades of supercars. I started my business in 2016 and Motul have always been a massive technical partner of ours back in the days when I was building superbike engines years and years ago. It's a product that's quite close to my heart. I run it in my own race bike. I run it in my own track car. We use it in our clients' cars. I use it when I build engines at racing GT3 and LMP championships around the world. So the reason we use Motul products, especially their lubricants package in our performance on our race engines, is the outstanding temperature protection they offer and the bearing wear. So we obviously see lots of engines back in for refreshes as they go through their service life. We monitor and control how they wear and what needs doing at different intervals. The Motul product line, just especially the 300V, just gives us a outstanding bearing wear really. Then on top of that, the operating temperatures they can run at just allows our clients to run their race cars right on the edge winning races, winning championships, knowing that the engine and the lubricants package they use and coolants package and, you know, all the other products Motul offer, get them across the finish line. So when we first started, it was lubricants package for 8100 on road and service vehicles, all the way up to 300V on race cars and race engines. And now, especially with the big 1600 horsepower twin turbos we're building, we use their high torque DCTF fluids. We use the RBF 700 brake fluid for road and track, same as what I use in my race bikes. So we've obviously got clients running it on the road and running it in race series. They'll come up, they'll pick their car, they'll take away an extra litre or two of fluid to get them through their service interval. From the race car point of view, we support them afterwards with the product to continue the servicing of the engines or transmissions when they're at racetracks. And we get nothing but great reports, how the fluid drains out, what it carries, how it looks, the degradation of it. We use the Motul technical lab to get our fluids tested as well, so we can always offer that feedback to our clients to show how the fluid is degrading over wear. The temperature rating that Motul works at, especially 300V, far exceeds pretty much everything on the market. I've not found anything else that operates happily at the same temperature thresholds, and we monitor pressure and temp like a hawk, especially on our race package engines. And then bearing protection. I've pulled engines apart that have no mileage on them and the bearings look like they've come out of the sandpit. Whereas we pull our stuff apart, or other engines that have been run on Motul, and the lubricants, the detergents package inside it just mean the engine just looks immaculate inside. And then from our road customer point of view, or road client point of view, we've obviously got an aging car park now. So the earliest star rate is 2007. We look after 2001, 2002 Gallardos onwards, a couple of Murcielagos, and that new technology lubricants package in older engines is just giving the owners peace of mind that they've got the best chance really inside their engine. They can do no more with looking after and servicing their engine by using a Motul lubricant package, or a coolant that's designed to use in an aluminium block, or a brake fluid that's designed to be used at high temperature. So yeah, the product line that is available means whether we're doing a brand new R8 LMS race car that's running in British GT3, or whether we're doing a 1998 Murcielago that is a guy's pride and joy that's used once every 6 months, we've got the right fluid for the job.
The real connection started back in 2016. Ricky had been using our products in his workshops for a period of time, and he's been building high-end, high-quality cars, so he needed high-end, high-quality fluids to go with it. I really stumbled across it. Randomly, I was going across some YouTube videos, come across REPerformance, and I watched one of his videos where he's talking about Lamborghinis and things that you need to be mindful of. And he actually referenced that he uses the Motul product, and that was his recommendations. And ever since then, we connected together, really started to go in depth with about what his requirements were, and we then really started to support Ricky from a brand perspective. But the real attraction for us is Ricky is a high-end, high-quality, attention to detail builder of engines and motor vehicles, and we're a high-end manufacturer of fluids for high-quality, high-end performance vehicles. And the synergies between the way we operate and our DNA and what we're passionate about and care about, and what Ricky cares about and passionate about to produce for his end consumer, just massively aligned. And ever since, the relationship has got deeper over the years, where we've supported with R&D and topics, in-depth technical developments with some of the stuff that Ricky's doing. But more often than not, Ricky is running dynos, so he can really test certain fluids under different conditions, and he's supplying as much feedback to us as we're supplying to him when he's building these incredible vehicles.
Pete, you've had an open day today at LKQ. You've welcomed the press, you've welcomed garages. You're trying to show that you're more than a car parts place, aren't you, these days?
Yeah, I mean, we are absolutely more than just a motor factor selling car parts, although they're incredibly important for us. The LKQ Academy is all about really future-proofing the independent aftermarket for the long term. Without customers growing, then we don't have a business. So yeah, we're more than just a car parts, factor.
So it's not about you, it's about the client.
Yeah, it's very much all customer centred. We are, wanting for our customers to grow. So an academy like this that you can see, it's fabulous. We've got an open day today where customers are going to come and see the courses that we can present. And ultimately, we're just trying to get more people really skilled and upskilled in the ever-changing car park.
And what do the garages and mechanics say about your upskilling? What's their feedback?
The feedback's been really, really positive. I mean, it probably is one of our best kept secrets. So we've got something like 35 locations across the UK and Ireland, and we've got 6 of these. And when customers come and see it, it really is a bit of a wow factor. It looks impressive, but the offering is also equally as impressive.
So what do you do in the academies?
We do varying courses from everything that you need to know to repair vehicles, to future-proof for EV and the hybrid world. But we also do lots of management courses, how to run a profitable garage, how to really look after customers at front of house. So it's really, really varied.
And that's the way the industry's going, isn't it now? It's an experience when you go to a garage. Long gone are the days of the oily rag. I mean, you see how pristine this place is now. It's more about their experience when they come to your garage.
Yeah, I totally agree. There's always a service to be completed, and that's what the majority of our workshops have to get right that first time. But yeah, the experience will make sure that customers come back time and again.
And I think one thing that garages need to understand now is when they've got the customer reception, they've got a captive audience. So point of sale stuff is a massive part of that as well now, isn't it? And I guess that you are contributing towards that when they've got that garage customer in their reception.
Yeah, it's an incredible part of a workshop's business, I would suggest. That they need to attract new customers, but they also need to keep those customers and give them a welcome, a really knowledgeable service, and a great service that their car doesn't have to go back for rework. So yeah, it's all part of the package, and it's everything that we can supply with the Academy.
And one thing from today is you've got partners here, your suppliers. Tell us why they're involved. Tell us the relationship you got with them.
Well, partnerships, whether it's a workshop, an LKQ ECP, or whether it's our many parts or equipment suppliers, it's just that partnership really, really works. We are close, we give feedback to one another, and we just make sure that all together we can give our customers, the workshops out there, just that right first time service.
Oh, I think it goes without saying that the reach that LKQ have got is pretty much unrivaled, and this sort of day that they put on is vital for a brand like ourselves that got a lot to say about our product, to meet the customers, and explain what we can offer them, and hopefully how we can improve their own facility.
And of course, you're talking to 70 garages today, whereas if you go to one garage, you're talking to one alone, aren't you? You're actually spreading the message quicker as well.
This is way more efficient. Going out and doing workouts, it's great. You go out and you can meet these customers, and again, like I say, you can introduce your products and what you've got on offer. But this sort of day, A, we can show an awful lot more, and B, you can have, I would say, a better quality conversation. You're not fighting through the day-to-day cut and thrust of a garage environment, trying to have that conversation with the phone ring and all the rest of it. The customers are here, and we can have that, good quality conversation with them.
What's been the main interest today for you?
From our point of view, we're a relatively new brand in the world of garage equipment. So the main interest with us is, okay, so who are you? I've not seen this before. Let's have a good look. And oh wow, yeah, this is these are really nice products, and can't wait to sort of our LKQ account manager to come and give us a special offer.
And where do you see the gap in the market though?
Making tools that are dedicated to automotive users. Certainly the power tool industry, a lot of the major brands, they're having to wear multiple hats. They've got to cater for the construction guys, and whatever. Whereas our tools are developed just for garage use. So that's how we see our, that gap in the market that you
niche but expertise.
That's a good way of putting it.
What has it brought to you, and why are you here?
So for us, it's a good experience to just speak directly to customers. There's a lot of equipment out there. There's a lot of information on the internet. But I think sometimes speaking to customers face to face, actually showing them our equipment in action, and offering our training services, because it's all well and good customers looking online and trying to figure stuff out. But I think the face to face, I'm one of the trainers, so they're actually speaking to me directly. They know what they're getting, they know what they can expect when they actually book onto a course. So for us, it's a benefit for us to be in front of customers and show what we're going to show on training, what we can offer, and what we are as a supplier.
And you're coming through now as a really strong brand. You're obviously growing rapidly. Do garages know who you are, or is it an education process?
I think it is also an education, because for many years we've kind of sat behind the scenes. The kind of product that we offer is a relatively niche product. I think key programming has only become in the aftermarket over the course of the last 2 or 3 years. However, I think as soon as a customer or an end user has an interest in key programming, our name will come up. And when it comes to the aftermarket, I would like to think that we've got very good coverage, and our service is good. You know, we speak to people. Most of our tech support guys or people in the office, we're ex-technicians, so we're used to being on the other side of the fence. And I think that really does come through when we're dealing with customers.
Do you think you're actually being helped by a lot of these police programs on telly now, where they're seeing a lot of key clothing?
You know what? It's an interesting point you make, because I think it sometimes creates a little bit of a concept around key programming, like the dodginess or there's problems. However, I think luckily the aftermarket is very well educated generally. So there's so many things online. There's YouTubers which fix cars from zero and make it look easy. A professional knows that it's not always as easy. Just in the same way we can relate that to key programming. Thieves make it look easy, but it's not always quite as simple as that. And on the TV, they do try to dramatise it. So I think customers can see through it, but there is that misconception that we do sometimes come across.
Yes, they do dramatise it, but I think it shows the importance of using a company with a reputation such as yourself.
Yeah, that's right. I think there's a lot of equipment out there. There's a lot of rogues that are stealing cars and that sort of thing. And also, it's something that we have a responsibility as a supplier on who we're supplying as well. We can't just supply anybody, because the equipment that we supply and that we teach on has the power and has the capability to essentially steal cars. And that's something that we have to keep a tight handle on. But yes, I think it's very important that as we're becoming more of a name in the aftermarket, customers know where to come for the type of product that we supply.
Is that why your videos are important? Because you're actually showing people what you do?
Yeah, and that's, again, the tutorials. You've got various, and I think it's great watching, but you've got various locksmiths or garages on YouTube that are doing keys, and they make it look good and they make it look easy, and it's great. It's actually great entertainment. When it comes down to tutorials, it comes down to actually knowing which button to press, when to press it, why not to press it, what it actually does. That's what our tutorials are about, and we get some fantastic feedback from that. So we will always continue to make sure that they're informative tutorials.
Laser tools are here. Obviously, we do a lot of specialist stuff across the car market for the aftermarket, particularly timing tools and stuff like that. It's good for the garages to see what's new and coming to the market.
And what's been the main interest today?
We have a lot of interest in, obviously, the new products that are here, particularly the gearbox filler kit, the suspension arm tool, always lighting. People are always looking at new lighting and stuff like that.
And personally, you obviously do a lot for the industry, a lot of education. Do people recognise you as well now?
Definitely. Definitely. It's not something I'm comfortable with, but I suppose when you've done as many videos as me for the aftermarket and stuff like that, promotions for laser tools, people have started recognising me.
But you've built trust with them people, haven't you? That's the key for them.
Yeah, and my background is automotive. People don't know that, but I think it comes across like that in the videos.
Yeah, it certainly does. You're certainly knowledgeable. For laser tools, though, it's important because you have so many products. It's the best way of telling people about them products, and then people become confident in the products itself.
Social media is massive. Getting the products onto social media, the coverage you get is far greater than what you get in any flyer, although we still do the flyers because people love them.
Isaac from the Smallest Cog.
Hello.
Welcome. We're at CarFest.
Yes, we are here. It's our second time coming, but we missed it last year.
What's going on the
So we've got a bit of a selection of cars. We've got a few Grand Tour cars.
Yeah.
We're meant to have the Buick, but it's broken, so it's not here. Instead, we've got Richard's long-term loan Raptor. That's going to go around. But we've got Oliver, we've got the usual stuff. We've got Izzy's Mini.
Izzy's Mini, yeah.
So she's been doing a bit with that.
Oliver's here, the famous one.
Yeah, Oliver's always at every show. And we've got the Grand Tour Capri, so quite a bit of a selection.
Now, obviously a garage that is running the show on Discovery. What goes on really behind the scenes? We see all this glamour and all this glitz, but what is it really like?
Well, I don't know where the glamour or the glitz is. It's in another workshop. We are a normal garage. All the cars on the show, other than Richard's ones, are paying customers. So they get invoiced. We get hours on there. The only difference we have is we have allocated time when they film us doing something on a car, where the customer doesn't get paid because it takes longer because there's a camera there. But other than that, they're all paying customers. They're all having jobs done. They all get in touch with us. We've got more staff now as well.
Yeah, changed staff. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got more staff. We've got the body guy, no mechanics. So we've expanded a lot. We've reduced the waiting list, and we've got some nicer, sort of the nice long-term jobs, as well as we're doing day-to-day stuff as well. So we even do stuff for the Hereford Council. So
wow,
we really do accept anything, because we've got, your big restoration jobs, which we don't want too many of because they just fill the workshop.
Yeah.
And we slot the smaller stuff in, servicing, everything.
Just going back to paying customers.
Yeah.
Did Mr. Clarkson pay?
Yep. Yeah, he's paying customer. Yeah, and we've got possibly another famous person's car in there. I don't know how much I can say about that, but you'll find out.
Okay, you can't wait for that. When's the show out?
October time.
Oh, very interesting.
Not too far away now.
But let's go back. Obviously, and that's the stardom side of things, and obviously, that's what the TV want to see. But as a garage, your day-to-day business, what do you get in? Do you get normal vehicles coming in for just normal repairs?
Yeah, we get. There's anything really. We'll take anything on as long as customers happy to pay. We're slightly more expensive for the area, but we've got quite a lot of outgoings with the size of the place. But yeah. Generally, it's prestige, more sort of high-end vehicles, but we'll work on anything. We've got a lot of Defenders. It seems to be a lot of Defenders come in, which is good for us because we can kind of order in a stock of parts and do them quicker. The biggest thing we find is we get like some exotic Italian things or something old and French, and it takes us ages. We strip it all down, find out what's wrong with it, and then it takes ages to wait for parts, and it's something simple. But we've just had in as a customer car the original BBC tracking car that used to do horse racing.
Yeah.
And it had a problem with its suspension, brake, steering all intertwined. So we just basic service job on that really.
Does it have extra horsepower?
No. Probably when it was filming, but it's quite old now.
And as you say, you have jobs in just because you are the smallest cog. But Richard works just as a garage owner, isn't he? He's not a TV star when he's there.
Yeah. He comes in every so often. He's got loads of stuff and loads of commitments, but he comes as much as he can. But he has mainly Jamie that he's brought in to run it for him and deal with all the boring stuff. But he's got a lot of impact on the workshop, and he makes a lot of decisions. So he's very much part of it, but at the same time, he's a very busy man.
Do you all feel the pressure of taking the industry forward as a whole? Because obviously we are changing the automotive industry, and the aftermarket is a massive part of the UK economy.
Yeah.
Do you feel a bit of pressure to change, to have all the up-to-date stuff in there?
I wouldn't say we're very revolutionary with how we're doing things. We're exploring a lot more sort of sustainable things with a few builds coming up about how can we make it better for the environment, trims and that kind of stuff. So you're not just putting loads of new stuff into the cars. Rich is very keen with synthetic fuel, so we're doing that with a lot of, our MGB just runs on synthetic fuel as well.
Okay.
So we're trying as much as we can, but at the moment we're not pushing forward with new ideas, but it's something we'll definitely look at.
That's interesting, that is. In the industry, we are no longer the oily rag garages, are we? We're now a nice place to be, a nice reception, a nice place for people to go to and actually enjoy having their car fixed. Because somebody said to me recently, the great thing about being a mechanic is you get a car, it's going to go back out better than you had it.
Yeah. That's what we try and always hope for, and we'll try and do the best we can for customers. Some of our local customers, if they break down their classic, if we can, we'll go and pick them up and get the car back and sort it out. So we try and sort of have as much sort of more of a premium experience as possible. But we have customers coming here, there, and everywhere. It's like people will come in from. We had the furthest travelled vehicle that's come. They just came for a visit. They didn't need anything fixing. Was from Singapore.
What?
There's a Land Rover there on a big tour, and they come from Singapore. So we get lots of interesting stuff turns up to the workshop.
And that's the thing, is day to day, you're not a viewing element, are you? You're actually a working garage.
So well as Clarkson's got his farm and his pub and all the stuff to go and do, we're just a normal workshop. So you can turn up, but this might be something to see, but we are just a normal workshop.
Yeah, please leave me alone.
Yeah, we've got a few shirts for sale. We mainly keep it for the shows, but that's about as much as you can do when you arrive, unless you're having your car worked on.
What secrets can you give us for the new show? What kind of
It's hard to say really, because last year when we did the Rolls Royce, it was quite well publicised what we were doing because everyone saw it. But we've got a really special car that was involved with some famous stuff, as well as a few other exciting projects. We are actually at Salon Privé, so it's the first time we're taking cars to a proper, big boy show next week. So we definitely stepped it up a lot. A lot's changed how we do things, and it's
that is the influence of everybody, isn't it? And I think people need to recognise this is Richard's garage, but there's a massive influence from everybody because it's all about teamwork.
Yeah, and it definitely I think it struggles the same as what every other workshop would do. It's standing by itself. It's got posh man off the telly that runs it and everything, but ultimately it's still got the same sort of teething issues and issues you find in all workshops.
Yeah, like you say, you're just a normal workshop just run by Richard.
The other day I ordered some hand cleaner from a different supplier. It was £50. And I was asked a lot of money. That's how technical we get with things. We're working out costings and all sorts.
The obvious question, Isaac, is you were the first person that wasn't a family member of the Greenhouses.
Yep.
Why did you join?
Well, I did stuff with Drive Tribe, his other business that's just mainly, internet-based platform. I did stuff with the Mondeo, actually. And then it led on. They were looking for extra people, someone that could sort of help out and be on the backbone initially. So I started off there as the junior mechanic, and then started doing more stuff on cars there. And then now I'm sort of 50-50 office, but it's more office because we've expanded and there's a lot more to do. So I've kind of gone up through there a bit in about 3.5 years.
So it's an ideal place for an apprentice because you are actually going to progress through the ranks.
Yeah, the only thing is we get a lot of people asking to be an apprentice, but we're not at that stage yet. We're not big enough to do it, but it's something we're definitely looking for. We help a bit with Autorise, we promote their stuff.
Yeah.
And they're really good for people with apprentices and things, so they're good at finding people and helping people on the path into the automotive world.
So what would you say to somebody that wants to join the automotive world as a final comment?
I would say start taking apart anything that you can, understand how it works and try and fix it again. That's what I
maybe
do.
Get parents' permission first.
Yeah, don't just start ripping the lawnmower apart, but get involved, try and understand how things work and break them and put them back together again. And then try and get some work in a garage somewhere. It's very hard and difficult, but there will be the right person out there somewhere and it will all fall into place.
And it's worth it.
Yeah, definitely. And it's one of those industries you can go into without really any formal qualifications, depending on it's better to have that because you've got some security. Don't do what I did. But then you can have your own business, you can do mobile, you can have your own workshop, you can do specialists in certain parts of it. So I think it's a good business to progress in whichever direction you want to and be involved as little or as much as you want. We're really hands-on or step back a bit.
Or you could work Richard Hammond.
Yeah, you could do that. Well, that was never planned, so you never know what's around the corner, really, do you?
No. Thanks for talking to us.
No problem at all. Thank you.
So I'm here today on the Castrol stand at Automechanika NEC 2025. I'm here to talk as one of the partners about Castrol Service Consultancy, and what we're really looking to do is to develop that, get some conversations and get some bookings to start to talk to people about how we can make things better for their business and how we can make improvements.
Hi, my name's Ian Tudor. I own a garage called Tudor Car Services based in Barrow-in-Furness. Great to be associated with such a well-known brand as Castrol. If you ask anyone in the industry or out the industry knowing oil brands, they always say Castrol, so it works really well for us.
So my name's Mark Turner. I run K&M Citroen. When we signed up, I think it's about 4 years ago now, you know, instantly they were helping you with the media, you know, branding, and it just makes you stand out. You know, our town, there's 5, 6 other garages, and it's not a big town, and it just makes you stand out from all the other garages.